Hola a todos mis queridos Travel Junkies, ¿cómo están? Espero que el día de hoy estén teniendo un excelente día. Yo estoy muy feliz porque continuamos con esta serie de Travel Junkie Stories y el día de hoy tenemos como Travel Junkie invitado a Tarun desde la India. Está aquí en Monterrey y viene a compartirnos sus historias de viajes. Ok, Tarun.
Hi Sylvia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. You?
Okay, Tarun, please introduce yourself with the people who is watching us.
Hello everyone, my name is Tarun and I am from India.
Okay.
And I came to Mexico first for my work, but now I am loving this country, loving the city, Monterrey, and
Okay.
I want to stay forever over here. So let's see how things going on.
Okay, cool. So, how old are you? And can you tell us a random fact about you?
Okay, yeah, I am 27 years old.
Okay.
And I am a software engineer. I work for an Indian company, Infosys, and after I am by education I am an engineer and I'm working from past almost 5 years. And during this 5 years I am out of my country, like travel abroad for almost 1.5 years.
Oh my god.
And I am the lone son of my parents. I love my family too much.
Okay.
But yes, if you have to learn the things, new things, you have to understand the world and you have to grow by yourself. You need to go out and see the different people and understand like, okay, what's the thing and what else is different, because unless and until you will not go out of your comfort zone, you will not understand and learn the new things.
Yes, it's totally true. So, Tarun, what is travel for you?
Okay, travel is something which give me a peace.
Okay.
Which I cannot get whenever I am in my home, because travel, when you are traveling, you go and meet lots of people which is of different nature and they are of different kind.
Yes.
But once you go and you interact with them or you go to the different culture, you come to know, okay, you are not the one. There are so many other people who have a different thinking about the world, about the life they want to live, and about the different things. Like for me in Mexico, lots of people have a different point of view about India.
Okay.
So I come to know when I am here, so I come to know, okay, this all is people think about India. So it's really good. It's helped me to elaborate more about myself, my country.
Okay.
So travel is something which gives me a peace, which gives me a lot more to learn.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, what do you think Mexican think about India, about your country?
Oh, Mexican, the first thing...
the most common thing that you hear about India in Mexico.
Okay, the most of people think in Mexico, like in India, it's very common, like one man can have so many women.
Yes.
But actually, if I tell you in reality, like this thing has happened like 100 years back.
Okay.
The time before India got the freedom, like that. But nowadays it's not common. It's like a very old time. It's like you will not find anyone like that. Maybe very, very, very rare.
Okay.
So it is the history which is in the perception or is in the mind of the people here. But through this I want to communicate like, no, it's not true actually. It was the history.
Okay.
So the things has been lot changed. Yeah, we are into the 21st century. So things have changed a lot. So but it's okay. Like there are other things which Indians, which in my country think about the Mexico.
Yeah, sure. Totally.
Yeah, so we can discuss more into another part.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good to know. I mean, yeah, the people is changing. So, how do you like travel? I mean,
for me, like most of the time, my first preference is to go to the road trips.
Road trips, okay.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to go out of the country, so you need to travel for me is everyone wants to travel a lot as much as they can, and also they want to travel as cheap as they can.
Yes.
So travel is something which you need to plan. Like if you have tomorrow I want to go somewhere, that's not a proper planning of your travel.
Okay.
So you need to plan the things and
to learn something.
To save the money.
Okay.
The second thing is to save the money, and you have a proper schedule of you, like how and all where you want to go.
Yes.
So I prefer road trips. Yeah, wherever as much as I can. In the road trips, my first preference is to trip on the bikes.
Okay.
But in Mexico, people don't use the bikes, and it's not good, or people don't feel comfortable in the bike trips. So in India, I most of the time do the road trips on the bikes. But here, when I travel with the different groups, we prefer to go with the car.
Okay.
If it's nearby, then we have to travel with the plane. If it's another city which is far, like all those things.
So you like to travel alone or with friends, your family, or?
It depends. It depends on the mood. Like sometimes you are in a mood, oh, I want to be solo travel. I just want to pack my bags and then go. And sometimes, like here in Mexico, I prefer to travel into the group because I don't speak much Spanish. I speak only 10% of Spanish. So, and
that's not true. You speak a good Spanish.
Yeah, but like if I go to the south of Mexico, like I don't feel I will go alone. But yeah, I want to go alone for a Euro trip.
Okay.
So I am planning for that. Let's see how soon it will gonna turn around.
Okay. Yes. And talking about that, when do you arrive? When do you arrive in Monterrey? And yes, well, in Mexico in general. And when you're gonna leave? If you have some plans after.
Okay, so the first time I arrived to Monterrey, Mexico, was on 15th of March 2017.
Okay.
Almost like 1 year, 6 months back.
Okay.
And if you talk about like how is my experience when I am first landed into the Mexico, so it was not good. I will give you little detail about that. So what happened? I arrived to Monterrey airport in the night at 12:30 a.m.
Okay. Yes, at midnight?
Yeah, in the midnight. Yes,
okay.
After 12, like it was complete night. And first thing is I was not having a Mexico number, so I was really suffering to get the internet to book the taxi. And that time, so I was telling about my experience. So I arrived here in the midnight, and I was looking for the cab. I was not getting the internet. So somehow with the airport Wi-Fi, I was able to connect it. But I was not having a Mexico number. So there was some issue with the Uber.
Yes.
And because I was not having the debit card and I don't have the cash into the pesos, I was only carrying the dollars. So finally it was hard. And finally with the automatic machine at the airport, I booked the cab with my address. I supposed to go into the Leones, in Paso de Leones, and so I put the address. So the driver came. Like I was waiting. There was a long queue. People wait for the cab to come. So I need to wait like 30 minutes for my cab, and I was among the very few alone person who were waiting at the airport. I need to wait for 30 minutes because lots of people were there waiting in the queue. And no one knows the English, and I don't know the Spanish. So I was waiting. After 30 minutes, the cab came, and finally I get into the cab. And the driver asked me, "Where you want to go?" And I was like,
"Oh my God!"
The address was Factores Mutos Leones. It is like factories. I don't know. I forgot this word in English now. It sounds something else. So I was telling him I need to go to Factores Mutos. He was like, "Yeah." And it happens 2-3 times. And I show him this is the address into my cell phone. I want to go here. He said okay. Then we started, and once we are near to the home, cross the Galerias, there was like a 2% battery in my cell phone, and because I was talking with my roommate to whom house I am supposed to go, that time I realized my phone is switched off.
Oh my god!
So
no way.
It was happening
the
around
worst thing.
It was like 2 a.m. in the night.
Oh my god!
And I don't have an internet, and that guy don't have an internet to where to go. He was just means a local driver.
Okay.
He's not like a Uber or somewhere. So he just, and I told him like this is the address. Then somehow he stopped in between in the road, and he didn't know what to do because he don't know the address, like where we have to go. Then somehow he pulled some book, get a road map into
like
from
all
his
is cool.
Yeah, from like it's a map of all Monterrey of every street.
Okay.
He pulled out that and he was searching the place into the maps.
Okay.
Finally, after struggling for 30 minutes or something, he dropped me to the correct address.
Okay.
And I was just holding my heart like, okay, I don't
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I don't want this day to be my last day of my life.
Oh my god, yes.
So this is one of my laziest experience.
Yes,
so
for sure it is.
Yeah.
But at least you are safe and sound now.
Yeah, but
and after 2 a.m. you can make it.
Yes, so I feel really lucky.
Yes.
But after that everything is good. Yeah.
Okay. So, when do you start travel? I mean, your first trip in your life, and how you became a travel junkie. Okay.
Okay, like when I complete my engineering in 2013, I was looking for the job first. So I got the job. I worked for like 2.5 years. Then it was a plan for me to go out somewhere out of India, because I keep on traveling inside the India, like from north to south, from east to west, from many of the states with a road trip or with a train or with a bus and everything. But it was my dream to go out of the India for a travel. But because of the complexity, yes, by yourself. So I was working on saving the money, and I was like, in my work, this is a little complicated. I don't get much vacations, like, and my parents live in the north of India, and I was working in the south of India. So the time I get the vacations, I used to go to my home with my parents. So it was like I'm not getting much time, but it turned around like last year when I come to know I need to travel out of India because of the work, and I take it as an opportunity. Okay, maybe it's because of the work, but at least I'm traveling out of the India, and I need to make most of it. So when I come to Mexico, from here I went to Cancun in Mexico, which is one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. As far as I see, I went to United States also. I went to New York, California, Colorado, Alabama, Nevada, Las Vegas. And, yeah, that's all I visit when I came here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So, you can stop travel now? You want to keep traveling, or?
I'm just 27 and I want to travel at least for another 27 years minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which city or country do you like to see next?
Okay, when you talk about city, so I am in Mexico. My next trip will be either in Guanajuato or in I forgot the place, Guadalajara. I want to go any of these two cities. The next, and when you talk about the country, the next trip I want it to be in Europe. I want to have a Euro trip. So maybe by mid of next year, that's when I will go.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Tarun, maybe or maybe not, just tell us, what do you hear about Mexico before you came here?
Okay, so before coming here, people like when my friends come to know like I was going to Mexico. So I was more curious, and I go into the internet and I read the blogs about the Mexico and all. But the thing which is on internet is what is Mexico 5 years ago or 7 years ago. So I was specifically reading about Monterrey,
Yes.
So as we all are aware, like some incident happened I think 7 years back into the center of Monterrey. So there was lots of posts regarding that, and I was also a little worried.
Okay.
Even my friends told, when you go to the Mexico, you need to be very safe, you need to be very careful, because you don't know when the things will happen. So
you don't know, maybe you're in a car like in around 2 a.m. Everything can happen there.
Anything can happen. So I was like, okay, but I need to go, I need to see what all can happen. Okay, maybe I will die, or it's okay, it's fine.
Or maybe not.
Let's take a risk.
Okay.
So that's all I read in the internet. But in the internet, what is there is about 7 years back, and Mexico has changed a lot in those 7 years. It's changed a lot. Like I am here, and I sometimes go out in the night with my friends and all. So I never face any problem into past 1.5 years, and I thought everything is changed. Monterrey is one of the beautiful city in this country.
Yes. What do you think now? Yes.
Yeah, it's like I love this country, and like this city. Like whenever someone come from India and ask me what is Mexico, is it safe and all or not? Monterrey is safe or not?
Yes.
I tell them, please don't read on the internet. Okay, those news is not more valid for now, because everything is changed, and you will meet very nice people in Monterrey, Mexico, because everyone here is so helping. They will try to help you as much as they can, but you just need to go and ask for them for the help. Like once at a time, I don't have an internet, and I asked one person, can you book an Uber for me? So he asked an Uber for me. So that's very nice. Like people here are really amazing. But yes, you should be little careful. You should not be in the alone places in the night. So some basic things you need to keep into the mind. But apart from that, everything is good. This city, this country is growing up very fastly, and I feel really safe here. So that's good.
Well, that's nice. Thanks for sharing. So, Tarun, what do you like more about Mexico, and what do you like you don't like?
Okay.
Mexico and Monterrey, I don't know.
I like there are many things which I like. I explain, like I told, like I like the people over there. Here people are very nice. And second thing which I like the most, here people don't distinguish peoples on the basis of their work. Suppose I am working as a servant into some and I am working as I am a owner of some company, or that. Both the peoples here, they treat everyone as an equal. People don't distinguish them based on their work. They respect each and everyone, and they respect the work they are doing, which is a truly amazing thing which you will not find anywhere. Especially I can tell in India, people judge you on the basis of the work you are doing. But here, no. Here they think everyone is equal. Whatever the work they are doing is okay, but when you talk about in person, everyone is equal, and that's one of the brilliant things I have seen in my life. So we should be like that, like because someone is doing something, because it doesn't mean like he has some problem or whatever, but he is giving the efforts. Giving efforts is more important. So that's the most important thing I like here. And the thing which I don't like.
Yes, what do you like? What you don't like?
I want to see more Indian restaurants in Monterrey.
The food.
Because I have a limited spots where I can go, because I am vegetarian.
Yes, that's
I don't eat the meat and all, but I want to see more places over here, and I don't see anything else. Like everything is good here. You talk about the nightlife, you talk about the peoples, you talk about the education. Lots of people study here. And another thing I want to mention, like here, the thing which I like the most, like people study and work together. Like they go to the work at the same time. They go to the work in the morning from like 8 to 5, and from 6 to 9 they go for the studies. They go for the masters or whatever the specialization they want to do. So which is really a great thing, which is people not do in India, or if they do, it is not that much popular, but here it's very common.
Okay.
And it's a nice life. You are not dependent on your parents, you just earn it, and you are studying also, you are grooming yourself, so that's an amazing thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think travel makes your life happier? And yes or no? And why or how?
Yeah, travel makes my life happier, it makes my life more easy, and it makes me to think more what I was before traveling.
Okay.
So now I have a different perception about the world, about the people, about the Mexico, and now I was like, oh, travel is something which everyone should do, because you will learn lots of things. Even if you take the books, you at your home, you work 24/7, but one day is your memories. So one day is your memory which will matter. So you go out, you travel to different countries, keep the memories, and maybe after 10 years, once you see, oh, let me see my old things, where and all I travel, you see, oh, I went there. Oh, that's nice. So that's really good. You should travel at least as much as you can.
Yeah.
But you need to work also along with it, so that you can earn to have
You need
food, balance the life.
Yeah, to balance.
Yeah, you need to balance the life, but stop being the lazy. Like, you have a weekend free, let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you plan well
To
to discover the world, maybe you have the reason, I don't have money to go, but if you plan it in a very proper way,
Yes,
you can get
you
your
can
trip
make
very cheap.
Yes.
That's what I
Totally.
think. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna edit that.
Yeah.